Now, Bangladesh is set for a democratic reset. The voters will head to the ballot box on Thursday morning, and this, in fact, is the first electoral exercise after the ouster of the former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina from July 2024 till the 12th of February 2026. Bangladesh has witnessed Hasina's departure, Khaleda Zia's demise, and also widespread violence. Addressing concerns of law and order, Bangladesh's interim government has ramped up security arrangements. The deployment includes personnel from the country's armed forces, the police and the Rapid Action Battalion. Collectively, almost about 1 million security personnel will be on duty to ensure security on multiple levels of voting. Now, there are an estimated 260,000 polling booths in 43,000 polling stations across 300 constituencies. The total number of eligible voters in Bangladesh stands at 127.5 million. And these elections are unlike any other in Bangladesh's political history, where people are being asked to cast two votes, one for the parliamentary representative and the other for constitutional referendum. Campaigning for the elections ended 48 hours before the vote after colourful posters were prohibited. Candidates have hung black and white posters across various cities. There are two major political forces that are vying for victory in these elections. First is the BNP, led by the former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia's son, and the second is the coalition of the Islamist parties led by the Jamaat-e-Islami. And a majority of the polls are giving advantage to Rahman, and some suggest that the Jamaat is also giving a pretty tough fight. Sheikh Hasina's Awami League, however, has been barred from contesting the elections, and this has sparked a bit of a debate on political fair play. And apart from that, there are some major concerns about the participation of women and minorities in these elections, especially after increased cases of violence against the minorities and the Jamaat chief's inflammatory remark against working women. 394 international observers and 197 foreign journalists have landed in Dhaka, and this includes representatives from the European Union and 21 other countries. The United Nations has called on the authorities to ensure inclusive, safe and meaningful participation of women in the elections. The Bangladesh's chief advisor Mohammed Yunus has said that he will step down as soon as the new government takes charge. Unofficial results will start emerging during the early hours on Friday, but the wait for the results could last a bit longer as votes for referendum and elections will be counted simultaneously. So these are the crucial elections that are to happen in Bangladesh to decide the next government after the ouster of the former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. And now remember, the Awami League is no longer in the fray, and it is a battle effectively between the BNP, the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, and the Jamaat-e-Islami, which seems to be fairly resurgent in these elections. And it now remains to be seen as to what the people of Bangladesh will choose and which way Bangladesh will be headed in these elections at a very critical time when politics in Bangladesh is on the cusp of a flux, with the two ladies, the two Begums of Bangladesh who had dominated Bangladeshi politics for the last 3 decades, no longer in the fray. And WION's assistant editor for Foreign Affairs, Siddhant Sibal, has been tracking this story very closely for us and has sent us this report. Listen in.
The stage is set for the big elections here in Bangladesh, and ahead of that, the roads look deserted. Usually Dhaka is very packed. Security has been tightened across the country and in the Bangladeshi capital, where of course you can see not much of traffic can be seen today on the eve of the elections. Now in the fray are the two political major polls in many ways. One is the BNP led by Tariq Rahman, and one is Jamaat, which has a backing of several parties, including the Students' Party. Of course, Awami League is not present in the election. They have been barred, and we know that this election will also see a referendum on what is termed as the July Charter that bring about major changes in the political structure of the country, including, of course, limit on the Prime Minister's term. But clearly an important pivotal moment in the country's political journey, and of course focus on also if there is any violence. So far, there hasn't been any major incident of violence in last 15 days. With video journalist Neeraj Patel, Sudhan Sibal for WION in Dhaka, Bangladesh.